Hello everyone, welcome back. So last time we talked a little bit about searching the UWG library catalog, and I gave you a few tips for finding books more effectively. This week we're going to move on to some slightly more advanced search strategies, and this time we're going to be using an article database, Academic Search Complete, which by now you all should be at least somewhat familiar with. As I said before, this is what's called an interdisciplinary database, so it has articles and other materials about just about any subject, so it's a great place to start your research because no matter what you're looking for, there's probably going to be something in this database because it covers all subjects. So let's just take an example and say that I'm doing my research project, and let's say my topic is how are women portrayed in the media. Now, a lot of times it's tempting to just jump right into the database and just get searching, trying to find articles as quickly as possible, but sometimes taking 1 or 2 minutes to plan out your search strategy ends up saving you a lot of time and effort in the long run. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video, is how you can sort of plan out your search before you actually hit enter. So whenever you're doing research, you need to really think about how someone else might have worded the ideas that you have. So the articles you're looking for might end up using different words for the same concepts. So taking this topic as an example, if I were searching in Google, I might just write it out just like this as a phrase. But if I search that way for articles in a library database, I'll only get results that use those exact words in that exact phrase. So I'm not likely to find much, if anything, and I probably would find 0 results if I actually just search for this whole string. So I need to break my topic into its key concepts, and you're all aware of keywords and how those are used. So in this example, what would the key concepts be for this topic of how are women portrayed in the media? I'm guessing that most of you were able to guess that it's probably going to be women, portrayed, and media. So those are our key concepts. So now that we have those, how would someone else say the same ideas? So first, what would be another word for women? Well, a couple possibilities might be female or girls. So actually in the titles and summaries of these articles, it might not actually use the exact word women, but it's still obviously talking about the same concept, but it might use the actual word female or girls. And by just searching for women, we kind of miss out on other ones that might use different terms to refer to the same concept. So now let's move on to portrayed. Now what are some other ways we might say portrayed? Now, this one's a little more tricky. To start off, you might kind of think, step back a second and see what really does portrayed actually mean. A couple ideas might be viewed or depicted, maybe even images. Might be other ways that authors would have used different words to get at this exact same concept, so we can jot those down. And then finally, media. What might be another way to say media? Again, you might have used words like film, movies, or TV, and as you're doing your research, depending on what you find, you might end up wanting to narrow it to one of these particular types of media. But at this stage, it's good to just get a bunch of different synonyms and then kind of see what kind of stuff is actually in this database that we might be able to use. So for this week, you also got this keyword search strategy worksheet in the reading section. So I've just filled it out with this example topic. So you can see over on the left, we've got our key concepts here. So I have women portrayed in media, and then I've entered my synonyms in, so female, girls, depicted, viewed, television, movies. And you'll notice now that they're connected by these little words or and. And as you should know from the readings, these are known as Boolean operators. So if you've done all the readings, you should sort of have an idea of how those work. Basically, or expands a search by telling the computer to return results with any of the search terms used. So remember, I just need something that's referring to the concept of women. I don't care if they're actually saying women, female, or girls. So that's why I'm connecting those with or. But on the other hand, I do need to make sure that there is something with the second concept of being portrayed, so that's why I'm connecting my first concept and my second with the operator and same thing with the third one, which is media. So the reason I get this search strategy worksheet is because once you fill this out and you go into the database, Academic Search Complete, it's going to end up looking just about the same. So you can see here I'm at Academic Search Complete here. Just as a reminder, to get to this from the library homepage, you would click on Galileo and then just search for the name. And again, it's Academic Search Complete we're using at this stage. So you can notice it sort of looks similar to the keyword strategy worksheet, and that you have these different fields here, and then the Boolean operators are connecting them. So we want to search for women, and remember, or female, or girls, and portrayed or depicted. I'll just keep it simple and just do a couple at first. You can always add more synonyms later if you're not getting enough results. And let's just say, let's say I'm actually going to be a little more detailed, and I want to focus on films as a type of media, so I would do film or movies. Now before we search, I just want to show you one more trick you can do. Let's focus kind of on this second concept here, portrayed and depicted. Now some articles might actually say women are depicted, but others might say depictions of girls, for example. And right now, if we do this search, we're going to miss out on the ones that actually use the word depictions, just because it has a different ending. These databases usually aren't smart enough to guess what you mean and kind of add those automatically. But there is one thing you can do to basically tell the database that that's what you want, and this is called truncation. So you can use a special symbol, which is usually the star or the asterisk in just about every database. So the way you would use that is I would go back to kind of the root of the word, and then I would delete the ending and add the asterisk instead. So if I did this search, it would be searching for words that start with depict but then have any different ending. So depiction, depicted, anything else. And you can do the same thing over here with portrayed, because there might be an article that said, you know, how the negative portrayal of females, you know, affects this or that. So I can use the same truncation symbol, and now I have a pretty effective search using different synonyms for my key concepts, and I'm linking them together with the Boolean operators. And now I'm going to finally go ahead and search, and we'll see how many results we get. And you can see we did get a lot of results. We have about 1,600. Now this is a lot better than if we just did a very broad keyword search and we didn't use any of these Boolean operators. We would probably have, you know, many tens and maybe hundreds of thousands of results. So we're already pretty good by narrowing it down using this search strategy. And as you'll notice, similar to the UWG library catalog, there are a number of different ways to narrow your result using filters over on the left, using these things up at the top. And for your homework this week, I'm going to have you do a similar search to this for your own research topic, and then tell me a little bit more about what you find and how you can get more information, how you can further narrow after you do this first search. So that's going to be it for now, and best of luck with your research.